Hello, this is PalicoPadge and welcome to a talking and trucking episode where I basically show you a little bit of, well, this time around, American Truck Simulator in the background, and I just give you a general sort of, well, rant really, just tell you how things are going as far as I'm concerned and the channel's concerned and all that good stuff really. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I haven't done these for, God, at least 3 months I think. Like an official one. I've had the odd a little video when I've done my Steam sale grabs and whatnot, but I haven't done one where we've actually spoken about the channel and about myself for a fair while. So I thought, hey, new year, new start, let's do it. Let's do this. Now, I do want to start by saying I do try and theme this video and my general sort of catch-ups as far as the video you're looking at right now as firsts. And the theme for this first is the fact that it's the first time that I am doing a job on American Truck Simulator, which I managed to pick up ever so cheaply in the winter sale. Tip-top steam, well done. It's also the first time I got a parking, not a parking fine, because I'm driving, a speeding fine. That's the other thing. That's the opposite of parking, isn't it? Speeding. So I didn't realise that there's actual police cars on the road, and this bastard was behind me and he collars me, so look out for that in the video. I think it gets taken off straight away. I don't think it comes off your end monies. You get fined there and then, which is tip top. And there's a few things. The reason I'm playing American Truck Simulator as opposed to European Truck Simulator, which has obviously got a lot more content, is I really dig the big wide open spaces of America. So I thought this will be nice as far as driving's concerned. There's a few Americanisms about it which I'm not too sure of. Like if you're at a set of traffic lights and the traffic light is on red in your direction, but there's nothing coming in from the left, you can just pull out on the and turn right. That's a foreign concept to me, but it seems to work. I don't think it causes many crashes. It'd be interesting to see some statistics on it, but yeah, you know, if it's on red and there's nothing coming, by all means just pull on out. Who cares? Who cares? If they go into the back of you, it's their fault. They shouldn't have been travelling so close. so yes, we've got American Truck Simulator in the background. And yeah, just thought we'd have a bit of a catch up really. Now, the one thing I do want to start by saying is you've probably noticed that the channel in itself has been showing the same videos or the same types of videos for the past 6 to 8 weeks now. We've been deep into both a long play series of Tempest and a long play series of Rimworld. Now this is something which I specifically said the last time I did a vlog that I would not be doing. I don't want my channel monopolized by just 2 games over a long period of time, simply because it means that you guys watching eventually will get bored of it and will move on. The one thing I've noticed from watching other YouTubers that I follow is the people who are more successful and the ones who have a continuously growing number of subscribers are the ones who pull up brand new videos of different games all the time. I can't afford to do that. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I don't monetize my videos. I basically choose the games I want to play because I like them and bring it to the channel, and hopefully you guys dig it too and we all get along nicely. But I do feel, and it does show in my analytics, that my channel is in a bit of a slump right now because of these 2 monopolizing what comes as far as content's concerned. Now that is partly my fault, but it's also partly not my fault. The illness I had at the sort of middle of November to the end of November, where I lost my voice for a bit and I was a very croaky person, I couldn't record for 3 weeks, well, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, which meant that obviously I was relying on my buffer of videos, and I do try and have a buffer of videos of about a week, so if anything does unexpectedly come up and ruin my real life, I've got something to show to you guys, because that's the other thing which YouTube tends to try and garner out of you as a creator. You know, it rewards consistency, so that's why I try and put out a video at least 6 times a week, so 1 per day and have 1 day off. But with being ill, obviously I lost that buffer, so I was playing catch up at that point. And then with the whole Christmas period coming up, and I do have a very busy Christmas period and build up to Christmas, that again I was sort of just winging it really, and well, they're easy to do. Tempest and Rimworld, it's already there. The template, as far as me editing is concerned, is all set up. It's just a case of me spending time to actually record and then get it out there. So because of that, I do feel like my channel's suffered. So this is something we will be addressing very soon. Very soon. The both series are going to end within the next couple of weeks. One quite abruptly, which we won't talk about, but you will very soon see, and the other will just come to the natural end of things soon. So there are new things coming to the channel very soon. So if you're hanging on thinking, oh, I'm getting a little bit bored, I might unsubscribe, I implore you, just give it another week and there will be new things coming in. But what's going to be in replacement for these? Well, I really want to be cracking on again with my Padge Play series, where I just bring you the odd 1 or 2 or 3 episodes of games which I enjoy but don't really garner to have a full Let's Play long play series on them. Saying that though, I am kind of just fingering around with the idea. I think that's a terrible word to use. That's such a crude word to use in that sentence. But I'm sort of jumping around the idea at the moment of actually doing shorter Let's Play series of say 5, 6, 7 episodes and making them official Let's Play series, as opposed to my Padge Plays YOLO edition, which might go on for 3, 4, 5 episodes, or an indie edition where I play it for over a couple of episodes. Simply because there are games out there which I would like to play for more than 1 episode. I think deserve more than 1 episode to show you the full shebang of the entire game. But like Tempest, which I've found towards the end of this series, they tend to get a bit samey towards the end. So you can play up to a certain point and then just drop it. I'm sort of caught in between when it comes to choosing Let's Play series about my mindset over it all, because I like seeing something through to the end. I think as viewers you deserve to see things play through to the end, and as myself as a viewer, I hate to see just 1 or 2 episodes on a game which I think the person's enjoying and they just drop it and that's it. So that's why I try and see everything through to the end. We don't talk about Darkest Dungeon, okay? That's just something we don't talk about. But I also want to bring you as much as I can, and it's good to sort of showcase newer games and smaller games which wouldn't obviously take up more than 1 or 2 episodes. So I'm sort of teetering in between, so there might be a bit of experimentation as far as what comes to the channel over the next few months, but it is going to be all shook up within the next 2 weeks tops. You'll be seeing new stuff definitely within the next 2 weeks. But it's one thing which I do need to sort of try and figure out, and if I am going to make them into mini-series, that means I need to create all the intros, which I love doing, but they are quite time consuming. And obviously doing the research on the games themselves. It's all well and good saying, oh, I'm going to play this game, but then you've got to figure out, A, is it viable to show as a series, and is there enough to hold you there? Is it something which you need to be able to play well in order to showcase it properly, in which case that means I'm going to have to practice playing the game before I even show it to you guys, which might mean I have a playthrough. Again, these are things which take up your time, and for somebody who has a full-time job and a long-term girlfriend plus family commitments, etc., etc., sometimes it can be very difficult to do that, and it is easy to fall back into bad habits like me doing 2 series at a time, which I said I wasn't going to do. But yeah, we'll just see how that all pans out. Now, as far as what I'm going to be bringing to the channel, I do have a whole load of games all set up. I've spent the past couple of days downloading them all and putting the program icons into different folders on whether I want it as a YOLO edition or an indie edition or a Sleepy Sunday Let's Play. And then I found a website called How Long to Beat, and it takes the average time of each game and tells you roughly how long it takes to get through the main story, or if you want to do extras and whatnot. And I've gone through my entire list of games and just tried to find out roughly how long these games are going to take to pan out, and that way I can hopefully sort of schedule it accordingly to be able to take up, say, 1 or 2 weeks worth of playtime on the channel, be it on a 3-day or a week basis or a 2-day a week basis, and sort of get them all, you know, summed up pretty well within 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. And with that being said, there are a couple of things which I will mention now about what I'd like to bring back to the channel, which I haven't really done for a while, and I do miss, and it was very much so staples of the channel for a while. The first one being the main one, the Curious Expedition. Now, since the last time I've played the Curious Expedition, I have noticed they've released a big update where they've made all their coding open source, and they've introduced modding. Now, I don't think there's any sort of game-changing mods out there just yet. Don't hold me to that. I haven't had a proper look. The highlights I've seen have been mainly new characters, new tribes to go up against, different sort of aesthetic differences, and there's a few which I think garner a couple of more playthroughs. Now, coming from someone who's done over 100 episodes of the Curious Expedition, I don't know how much has changed, and therefore warrants having, you know, a whole another 10-20 episodes on the game. But I do believe there's a little bit of life left in that flogged horse, and I think we can at least play through with a couple of interesting characters. I'm more curious to see on whether I've still got the knack. I ended the series on a high as far as I'm concerned, completing it on hard mode, so we'll see how that pans out. But there's a few interesting characters which I'd like to have a mess about with, and obviously it's always interesting to see what companions they have and what special abilities they have. So I'll look into that a bit more deeply, and that will be coming back in the near future. Probably just one-off episodes like I do with the Project Zomboid series, Surviving Project Zomboid with the Survivors mod. There's not enough there to give you consistent, continuous episodes and for you to stay enamored with the game, but I think as sort of gap fillers it would work pretty well. So I'll be looking at that definitely. And the other one which I want to mention is Weslings. Now, Weslings itself was a very short game. It was I believe 9 episodes. I might have squeezed the 10th episode out of it, but whilst talking to the developer, who's a very nice chap, I found out that they were going to be releasing some free DLC. Now, that has gone into beta, which has opened up a whole hub section and the fact you can customize your gang a bit more. And I am very intrigued with that. I love the Old West setting. That and pirates and the whole privateering part of history I absolutely adore. And this is something I did say I was going to pop back. And I have had a couple of you guys comment saying, oh, you're coming back with Weslings. I am. I'm just waiting for that DLC to come out of beta. The game itself, when I played it, was pretty buggy at times, and I don't want the experience of playing the new DLC marred by me running into silly little bugs. So I'm waiting for it to come out of beta when all the bugs have been creamed out, and we'll be doing another playthrough of that. Apart from that, the usual stuff applies. Project Zomboid will be on and off from time to time. Just silly little playthroughs. We've got that big map project, which I haven't really touched upon yet. So as far as locations are concerned, there's a lot more things we can be getting on with. But I do see a lot of comments coming up saying, oh, whoa, you don't play it properly. You should have done this and you should have done that. I don't play Project Zomboid to min-max the game and to survive and, you know, until the water gets shut off. That's not fun for me. I've said this before and I'll say it again. My favourite part of the zombie apocalypse is the initial outbreak, the terror, the mayhem. And that's how I like to play the game. I'll just run around. If I run into people and they want to join me, great. If I don't and they shoot me in the face, okay. It's a story. It's a story. And that's how I like playing those games. As far as anything else is concerned, as I said, I've got a big list. I made the mistake last time of saying this is coming to the channel in my last vlog, and this is coming to the channel, and I haven't been able, because of time constraints, or I've played through the game and found that actually it doesn't really work for my channel. I've never actually brought them to the channel. So I'm not going to say what games are coming to them, but there are a mixture of old and new games alike. And obviously, if anything super amazing comes up between now and next time I do a recording of a game, and I'm babbling here. A new game comes out which I like the look of, I will actually go and play that and then bring it to the channel. And I believe that's the only way really I'm going to grow. You know, keep it mixed up and keep it fresh, or as fresh as I can do. I also want to sort of go back to doing a lot of the retro games I've been doing. For some reason, my Crystal Maze Let's Play video, which I did a donkey's age ago, like pretty much at the start of when I restarted my channel couple of years ago, that one's just taken off. I don't know if that's because there's a new series that started in the UK and everyone's just watching that, or what have you. But I think I've got my search engine optimization down to a par, so yeah, maybe I'm just getting better at that. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, there we go. That's a pretty good summing up of what I'm thinking the past has been like and what's going to be going on in the immediate future. As always, if you've got any comments about or any ideas of stuff you'd like to see me try, I'm very open to suggestion. Please put it down below. And yeah, we'll leave it there. I might as well finish. Oh, yes, one last thing. Forgot to say. As soon as this video goes live, I will be releasing my first entry onto Blogger. Just covering all about me. That sounds real bad. Basically, I'm starting up a blog website on Blogger, so it's nice and cheap. It's going to be quite short entries. The first few episodes, the first few blogs will just be about my history with computer games, starting from back when I was a youngster with my Commodore 64, leading all the way up to me doing YouTube and why I do it, and what games I enjoy and all that. And then after that, it's going to be, you know, stuff going on at the time, like the Adpocalypse and stuff like that, stuff which affects me, or I think you might find interesting. The link will be down below. Give it a whirl. You know, it's just another way of getting in touch with me. So yeah, there we go. Oh, and Happy New Year as well. Hope you have a great one. Hope 2018 is tip top for you. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. Always. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.